The sun shone over an ancient city where people worshipped idols made of stone. Large temples stood in every corner, and priests called people to bow before false gods. The ruler of the city claimed power over everyone, and the people followed him out of fear. Anyone who spoke against the idols was punished. Truth was dangerous in this land. Among the people of this city were a few young men. They were not poor or weak. They came from respected families and lived comfortable lives, but their hearts were not at peace. They believed in one true God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. They knew that idols could not hear, see, or help anyone. Every day they watched their people bow before statues. Every day they felt pain in their hearts. They knew this was wrong. Slowly, these young men found one another. At first, they met secretly. They spoke quietly. They shared the same belief. Their faith made them brothers. They reminded each other that Allah alone deserves worship. They prayed together and asked Allah for guidance. Their faith grew stronger, but so did the danger. News of their belief reached the ruler. He was angry and proud. He did not allow anyone to question his authority or his gods. The ruler called the young men to his palace. They stood before him without fear. He ordered them to return to idol worship. He promised wealth and safety if they obeyed. He threatened punishment if they refused. The young men did not hesitate. They said clearly that Allah is their only Lord and that they would never worship anything else. The ruler became furious. He ordered that they be punished. But Allah had another plan. That night, the young men left the city quietly. They left behind their homes, families, and possessions. They took nothing with them except their faith. They walked through the dark streets and escaped into the mountains. They were tired and afraid, but they trusted Allah. After a long journey, they found a cave. It was hidden and quiet. They entered it and sat together. One of them prayed, asking Allah for mercy and protection. Allah answered their prayer. He caused them to fall into a deep sleep. This was not an ordinary sleep. It was a sleep that lasted for many years. Outside the cave, time moved on. Kings died. Nations changed. The cruel ruler was forgotten. But inside the cave, the young men remained protected. Allah made the sun rise and set in a way that did not harm them. Their bodies did not decay. Even their dog rested at the entrance of the cave, guarding them. Anyone who saw them would think they were awake, but they were asleep by Allah's command. After many centuries, Allah woke them up. The young men opened their eyes and felt as if they had slept for only a short time. They asked each other how long they had stayed. They thought it was a day or part of a day. They were hungry. One of them went to the city to buy food. When he reached the city, he noticed many things had changed. The people were different. The buildings looked unfamiliar. There were no idols anymore. People spoke openly about believing in one God. At the market, he gave the shopkeeper an old silver coin. The people were shocked. The coin was from a time long past. They asked him where he came from. His answers confused them. Soon, the ruler of the city heard about him. This ruler was a believer in Allah. When he heard the story, he went with the people to the cave. There, he met the young men and listened carefully. He realized this was a great sign from Allah. Allah had shown that resurrection is real and that He has power over time and life. The people believed. Their faith became stronger. The young men returned to the cave, satisfied and thankful. Allah then took their souls peacefully. They died as believers, honored by Allah. The people discussed what to do with the cave. Some wanted to build a monument. Others wanted to build a place of worship. Their story spread far and wide. Allah mentioned them in the Qur'an so that people would reflect and learn. Their story teaches that faith is more valuable than comfort. It teaches that Allah protects those who trust Him. It teaches that truth may be tested, but it is never lost. And it teaches that Allah's promise is always true.